welcome to Safta's kitchen. Today we're going to make shakshuka. So what is shakshuka and how do I make it? So shakshuka is a famous Israeli dish, and think about like eggs Florentine meat, poached eggs with some amazing sauces. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get a really deep skillet, because you want to create that steamy effect like you would with poached eggs. If you don't have a lid, you can easily just take some foil and cover that up. What you'll need to make the shakshuka is you'll need about 1 egg per person that you're serving, or 2, depending on what you like. If you don't use egg yolks, you can totally make this with the egg whites as well. So first what you're gonna do is you're gonna saute some vegetables in your skillet. I'm gonna make a spinach shakshuka, so I'm gonna saute some onions and spinach and garlic. I'm gonna pull out the ingredients here so you can see what you need. I've got some spinach, I've got the garlic. I prefer it already chopped, pressed, ready to use. I'm gonna go ahead and use some crushed tomatoes for this. I bought some Turkish salad. You can buy matbucha, you could buy Turkish salad, any kind of Moroccan type of salad, tomato salad, to give it that taste, very special taste. Sometimes I'll use schlug, which is a hot heat, like hot peppers. I like to use Earth Balance or a product called Melt when I cook rather than butter, but if you want to use butter or olive oil, that's fine. And the spices that I picked to use for this particular one is za'atar, and you can also get za'atar at Trader Joe's. This brand is Pereg, and za'atar is hyssop with oregano, parsley, sesame seeds, chickpea powder, coriander, olive oil, salt, and citric acid. It's just got an amazing taste. I did not have fresh basil. If I did, I would use it, but I'll go ahead and use some dry. And this is a shawarma spice. So this has in it paprika, garlic, cumin, turmeric, allspice, coriander, and salt. What you don't see here is some black pepper, which I'll go ahead and grind on the top as it's cooking. The thing with this, I'm doing a red sauce. If you wanted to do a white sauce, you could totally do like a cream sauce. That comes out really nice. Some people will add cheese on it, if that's something that you like to do. I'm trying to keep the calories low. I'm trying to keep the fats at a certain level. So this is a more balanced ingredient list for my purposes. All right, I'll see you when we start cooking. Okay. So what I have here, I've got garlic, onions, and spinach cooking. So it already smells amazing, and people are already gonna feel the love when they smell this aroma. It's fantastic. Secret to cooking really is having all your ingredients ready. So everything's open and ready to go, and that really matters. So now I'm gonna add some big old sloppy tablespoons of this Moroccan salad. Pour my crushed tomatoes. I like the consistency of the crushed tomatoes, okay? So you don't want a sauce, you want to get the crushed tomatoes so it's pureed, because you want that thickness. I'm gonna go ahead and put the whole can in, because let's see, how much is that? It's 28 ounces. That's gonna be good for the portion size that I'm doing. And what you see here is that it's really, I'd say it's about a nice inch deep all the way around. I'm gonna add the spices in, and then I'm gonna let all those flavors cook in. And when all those flavors have cooked in, let's say covered for about 15 minutes, then I'm gonna add the egg. Okay, see you back when I add. I skipped the amount of spice to add. So I grew up with a pinch of this, a palm of that kind of way of learning how to cook. So, palm of that, and that's exactly how you do it. And sit, you know, unless you're baking, baking really needs some specific measuring. Don't cook like that. Just be intuitive. How much do you like of this spice? Smell it. I really like the way that smells. That's strong. Okay, so it's strong. So I'm gonna take about the size of a nickel. Can always add more, but guess what? You can't add less. So watch it. Okay, so as you can see, this is bubbling. And you want to get it the same way you would if you were making poached eggs. So it's nice, it's bubbly. I like to use one egg at a time. I know that sounds tedious, but I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so I'll crack one egg at a time, and I'll just drop it in. So all my eggs are already cracked, ready to drop, so you go ahead and crack your eggs, get them ready to drop. Here's the pan with all the eggs dropped in there, so just like you would poached eggs. Now you're gonna basically start working this mixture, just kind of making sure that it's the way you like it. The egg and the egg white are gonna give it a texture that you can work with a little bit more. And then at this point, I will go ahead and cover it. If you have a lid, that's awesome, because then you can watch it cook. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover it. And I have a medium-low flame. So if you work with gas stove, you want a medium-low flame. If you work with electric, it's a little bit harder. You don't want to burn things. I really don't like working with electric stoves, but if that's what you have, keep it on the low, right? And then we'll come back and check this and see how you did. So let's check it. So like poached eggs, you'll decide how you want it, I like my poached eggs poached hard, so I'm gonna wait until things are nice and firm on top, but you keep checking it until it gets to where you like it. So now, as it's starting to form, I'll take a spatula and I'll start to separate it a little bit so that it's ready for individual servings. You can see how it's starting to form and how I'm able to manipulate it. This one's a little broken up, but that's okay. So for me and my family, this needs more cooking. Tapping here. Some of the yolks are better cooked than others. I'm gonna turn the pan around. That just means that it's not cooking evenly on the flame. Could be the particular pan I'm using, it could be just the way I have it angled. So I want them cooking, like I like the way this is. This is kind of like my spatula is bouncing back at me, and that's pretty perfect. So I continue to do this, and I'll go ahead and cover it a little more. Let that cook just for a little more. So this is the way I like it. You have, it's firm enough that you could pick it up with the spatula to plate. And some people might want to put some topping on it, like cheese, if that's your thing. Whatever, you can get real creative, but there you have it. There's your shakshuka, and I want to say b'tei avon.